What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here today. And today I have another reaction video here. And I'm kind of doing this at late night recording, as freaking almost always. Not all the time. I don't do this at nighttime because I have a lot of stuff going on with school. I have to wake up early. Ugh. Just stressful. So today we'll be reacting to a story, and for the last story that you guys did, you guys seemed to like it a whole lot. So we're gonna go ahead and react to Scary Chili, and this is gonna be like a delivery phone food service type thing, but it's gonna be 3 disturbing food delivery apps horror stories. So this is the first story that you guys can see right now. And right now we're gonna go ahead and almost get into it. But before we do get into this video, I just want to say thanks to every single one of you guys that has been supporting on the channel, that has been coming in, watching my content and liking them. I appreciate every single one for smashing that like button on that last video. There was a lot of support in that one, and I gotta keep on rolling. So it's been a few days, 1 week ago, that I post my last video last week. It's been a couple days today, so I just need to get a new video out for you guys because you guys been wanting I've been wanting a new video out, but I couldn't do it because I've been stuck with a whole bunch of stuff going on. So yeah guys, but we're gonna go ahead and react to this reaction video. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you guys think of anything about the story that you guys are hearing about or recognize or familiar with. Then you guys can go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. I will be checking every single comment. Please do not put any inappropriate stuff, any mean comments, because my moderator and I will check all the comments. And if you guys put any stuff in there that violates my channel and YouTube, we will take it down, and we might as well report it. But I gotta take care of my freaking comment section. So my moderator and me is gonna go ahead and check everything after this video. But make sure you guys don't do any of that stuff, because if I catch you guys gonna be blocked, and you guys not gonna come back onto my channel again. So make sure you guys don't do that. So yeah, but after that, go follow me on all social media, on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at bentran reactions. And we just hit over 100 over on my TikTok, and we just hit 200 a couple days ago on my Instagram page, and my Twitter page did not get anything yet. Oh yeah, make sure you guys go follow me on SoundCloud. So I just dropped a music thing on SoundCloud. So make sure you guys go follow me at bentran reactions over there. I'll leave a link to it at my about page, so you guys can go click on it. But without further ado, we can go ahead and get straight into the video. So let's do it.
I used to occasionally deliver for DoorDash on the weekends. This happened about a year ago.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to work for DoorDash, but
how many people
I
used
have
it?
to get background
But if
check
you worked at the right
stuff.
times, you could still make well above minimum wage. It was a Friday night, and I got a request in the app to deliver to a house around 8 miles away. The house was on a deeply wooded back road with absolutely no street lights. Like, literally, if you turned your headlights off at this time of the night, you were completely blind. I delivered to a house in this area once before, but that was when it was light out, which, trust me, is a way different scene. I didn't have much for phone service, so it was difficult to find exactly where I needed to be. But after a while, I finally found the place. The house seemed pretty similar to a lot of the other houses in the area. Secluded looking, and right on the edge of being able to comfortably call it abandoned. I pulled up to the house, and because of the limited visibility, I decided to keep my car's headlights on while I dropped off the food at the door. But to do this, I had to keep the keys in the ignition, and so I did. I figured it wouldn't be the end of the world if I left my car running for an extra 30 seconds. I took the bag of food to the front door. I knocked a few times, and waited about 20 seconds when my phone went off.
So literally what he's telling me is, at the story, he's telling me in the beginning of it that he worked for DoorDash. And basically, he's going at nighttime, accepted the DoorDash delivery, and went over 8 miles away to go to this house to deliver a food to this house. And all of a sudden, when he got up to the door, he basically got, his phone was buzzing. So, I don't know if it's some of his friends or somebody calling him or somebody's texting him or the food service app had to, had the customer complain a little bit that he got here and stuff, but I'm not sure.
I was getting a call from a blocked caller ID. I decided to answer it in case it had anything to do with the food I was delivering. It was some man who sounded completely normal. He explained how he was the one who placed the DoorDash order, and he then asked me if I could just bring it to him around back. I was already sketched out as is, and so I told the guy no way. If he wanted his food, he needed to come to me up front. But to that, the line just went dead. I told myself I'd wait at the front door for 1 more minute.
This is not good, guys.
If this guy didn't show.
When you guys know that somebody wants you in the back, that's not good. Do not ever, as a delivery service, do not ever go to the back. You guys always want to go up front. Knock on the door, just leave the food there and just go. But the line cut off completely, and that was it. So let's hear what he has to say.
Maybe 30 seconds passed, and the guy did show up.
30 seconds passed.
And I looked at the dude. He was wearing a black ski mask and was just standing there looking at me. I held out the food, but he made no reaction. That's when the guy yelled out, "Alright, now!" Right as he said this, 3 men, also wearing ski masks, came sprinting out from around the back of the house towards me. My flight reaction kicked in immediately, and I ran straight to my car. I opened the door, put it in drive, and had the pedal to the floor in no less than 2 seconds. The men were able to hit my car a good amount of times before I was able to drive off. With what, I don't know, but something strong enough to break my back passenger side window and make a few other dents. Not even a minute into driving off, and I got 2 back-to-back calls.
So literally right now that I can understand is that 30 minutes have passed, and literally a man, a regular man just come out with a ski mask, a black ski mask. He didn't even pick his food up. He didn't even react to his food. And then after that, his other 2 buddies came from the backside, surrounded him, and immediately he noticed he had to run back to his car and get out of there. And then all 3 of them chased after him in his car, and something hit the back of his car real hard. And the window is literally busted. But he also had dents in the back of his car as well. So for right now, that's the only thing far I can understand for the first story.
Calls from a blocked caller ID that I can only assume were both from the same guy. I let both calls ring until they stopped. I was shaking uncontrollably and still struggling to regain my composure. But after a few minutes, I calmed down enough to call the police and report the incident. And that was that. I don't know what ended up happening, and I genuinely don't want to know. I've tried to distance myself from the whole situation as much as possible. It's beyond terrifying for me to imagine what those guys had planned for me that night.
Yeah.
A part of me thinks it was just to rob me, but another part of me thinks they
I
wanted to
switched
kidnap
my mind
me,
for that.
or
Never
worse.
mind. It's never mind about that.
YouTube is the number one
delivery.
site for millions of creators online. But as more people fled to the platform,
Not doing it. Not doing it at all.
This happened back
No
in
way.
2019, on a Friday night in January. I had just gotten back from work, and was honestly way too tired to make my own food. I always heard good things about food delivery apps, and so I figured that night was the perfect night to finally download one and try it out. I just downloaded the first one that showed up. I then made an account, placed an order at a semi-nearby restaurant, and turned on Netflix to watch while I waited for it to arrive. Now, it's worth mentioning that on this night in particular, there was a lot of snow on the ground. The app said the delivery would take around 20 minutes, but I figured that didn't account for the terrible driving conditions. I honestly assumed it would probably take double that. I can't remember exactly how much time had passed, but it finally got to a point where I figured I'd just forget it and cancel the order. But right before I did, I got a message from the driver. Word for word, the message read, "Can't find your house. What's your personal phone number?" Now, you gotta remember, I had just downloaded the app that night, so I didn't know if it was common or not for drivers to ask for their customers' personal phone numbers. But I ended up giving it to him anyway. Around 10 minutes later, he would contact me, but not over a phone call like I expected. The guy texted me, saying he'd be at my place with the food in 10 minutes. This unsettled me a bit. I was under the impression he needed my phone number so he could call me and give better directions.
Wow.
But I just tried to brush it off.
Wow. Wow. This is why most of the apps you don't trust, most of them you do. But literally, the second story tells it right there. So basically, that night, he was too tired, he didn't want to cook. Understandable. But the next thing that he did is he literally went on his phone, down the first app that he see as he searched into it, and download it, made an account, ordered the food nearby his restaurant, and then suddenly this snow condition happened. So, after probably like 30 minutes, he said passed by. Then the driver texted him for his personal number. Now that's messed up. You're not even supposed to ask the customer about their personal phone number. Just give it some kind of other information. Maybe just text the customer and tell where's the direction that I need to go get to your house to deliver the food. Not freaking getting people's personal number. But he was kind enough to give the number, but still, not right. Don't ever give anybody your phone number. If they're your friends and stuff, then yeah. But if they're stranger and you don't know them, don't give it. So, yeah, but let's see what
Around
else
10
he has
minutes
to
later,
say.
I would get another text saying he left the food on my doorstep.
10 minutes later, he came up, he grabbed the food, and placed it on his doorstep.
I went outside to get it, and sent a text back thanking him. I figured that was that. But around midnight, I would get another text. It was the delivery driver. The text simply read, "I really liked your sweatshirt." This was now getting extremely weird, as the text suggested that the guy had stayed to watch me grab the food from my doorstep. I tried to play it cool, and responded with something like, "Haha, yeah, thanks. It's pretty nice." I can't remember everything that was said next.
Oh my god. Oh, this is weird. Oh, this is so weird. So now, on to the next thing. So now, as he was coming out to grab his food, the guy looked at him, kind of weird to look at people when they come out to grab their food, and texted him right in the midnight. I don't know what the exact time was, but texted this dude at midnight and said, "I like your sweatshirt." And literally said that he watched him went outside and grab his food. Now this is kind of crazy and weird and out of the mind. It's literally out of your mind. I don't know who this delivery driver is, but he needs to get fired, man. He needs to get fired off from his deliveries.
But it was some string of multiple texts that were something along the lines of, "So how's your night going? What are you up to?" and various other seemingly harmless messages. To these, I didn't respond. At the end of the day, I told myself I didn't know this guy, and I had no obligation to keep a conversation going. So, I just went to bed. But come morning, I would wake up to 20-something texts and multiple missed calls, all from the same number. It was again that same delivery driver.
This dude texted him while he was sleeping all the way to morning. Then when he wakes up, his phone is blowing up with 27 texts from the same guy, the same thing, the same phone number, and a couple of missed calls. What kind of delivery driver are you? Like, literally, that's so creepy that you deliver food to a customer and then the next time you want to call the customer, you want to freaking text the customer. What kind of delivery driver is that does it? You guys leave in the comments down below of why in the world any delivery driver would do that. Just leave that in the comments down below.
The last text was sent at 3 a.m. and as I scrolled through the texts, two in particular caught my eye. One of them read, "I'm outside your house," and the other said, "I can't see anything through your window. It's too dark."
I'm outside your house.
But that wasn't even the worst of it.
That's creepier.
I would later go outside to find footprints in the snow that I knew for a fact were not there the other day. Meaning, this guy wasn't joking.
And look at his footsteps. That's the guy. That's literally the guy right there that literally was not joking about it. Like, you guys can see all the footsteps right there. Man, that's not right.
He had actually showed up to my house, and by the looks of the footprints, had walked around it multiple times. I've since moved, and haven't received another text from the number. That was the first and only time I will ever use a food delivery app.
Yep,
I'm a marketing manager, but I'm not an analyst. That's why I use a Reading, not Google Analytics.
Always want to get your pickup. You always want to go to the store and pick up your food. You never want anybody to deliver it.
I'm 27 and currently out of work. I recently got laid off at my job, as the company I worked for was starting to go under. So, in an effort to keep up with the bills, I started delivering for Uber Eats part-time. A couple of my friends suggested it, and so I figured I'd give it a try until I found another job. To my surprise, it was actually good money. The only thing I didn't like was some of the places the app had me delivered to. I live in a city with a lot of sketchy areas. I try to stay away from those areas while delivering, but there's only so much you can do. This night, a Saturday, I got a McDonald's order. I usually don't accept those ones, but this night was strangely dead, which was weird. Saturday nights are usually the busiest for Uber Eats. Anyway, I pick up the order and start heading towards the address I'm given. Instantly, I realized it was not in the best area, but by this point, I decided to just suck it up. I pulled up to the house, and right away the vibe was off. It was completely dark, with not a single light on in the house. Usually there's at least a light on upstairs, or something that would signal someone being awake and waiting for their order. But the house seemed dead. Nevertheless, I put the car in park, turned off the engine, grabbed the order, and started walking towards the door. I walked onto the porch, and as I reached for the front door, I saw it. The door was slightly cracked open. I knocked, and as I did, the door opened slightly more. I yelled out that I had an Uber Eats order, and right away some man walked to the front door, like as if he had just been waiting right there. As he got closer, I got a good look at him. Now, I'm not one to judge a person by their physical appearance, but this guy was practically covered head to toe in tattoos.
Wait, what? Okay, so this is kind of weird right now. So now this the third story. So now that night he got off of work. I think he got fired. So his friend suggested him to try this delivery food app. And he literally tried it, and on Saturday night that night, he literally got a McDonald's order. Now on Saturday, there's like a lot of like food, like fast food going out the door. So there's literally a lot of people eating it at that time. So he noticed that this is not a good area to be at. And then there's no lights up in the streets. There's no lights at the house. It's completely dark. So he pulled up to the side of the road, shut off his engine, grabbed the food, went up to the front porch, and slightly go to the door. As he was slightly going to the door cracked a little bit. As he said, for the delivery for food, the door slightly opened even more. And then after that, there was some guy freaking in tattoos covered head to toe. I don't know who get their tattoo from head to toe. Some people do, some people don't. So it's like kind of creepy and weird, scared at the same time.
The guy looked extremely intimidating. Definitely not someone you'd want to mess with. He had this look of frustration, or almost anger on his face. He was staring at me dead in the eyes. I lifted up the bag of food, and he grabbed it. The guy then started reaching in his pocket. I figured he was going to give me a tip. But no, before I knew it, the guy was holding a hunting knife and pointing it in my direction. My stomach dropped, realizing the situation I was now in. I was either going to get robbed for everything I had,
or
worst case scenario, killed. My mind was now racing. Thinking as fast as I could, I turned around towards my car, screamed at Derek to grab the gun, and put my hand in my pocket to start my car's engine from a button on the key. But there was no Derek, and I was in no way armed. But I figured if I could somehow convince this guy I was, I gave myself a chance to get out of this. All I could do was pray that the threat along with the vehicle starting would be enough to convince this guy I didn't come here alone. And luckily it was. The guy shoved me back and slammed the front door. I ran back to my car and practically tore the door off trying to get in. I got out of there as fast as I could. I would of course end up calling the police, but I never heard anything back about whatever ended up happening. I assumed they didn't find anything, and that the guy was long gone by the time they arrived on scene. But I can't confirm this. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's how fortunate I am to own a car with a remote proximity key. As I don't think the guy would have bought the whole act if I didn't start the engine. I still drive for Uber Eats every once in a while, but I've since started carrying a knife on me at all times.
Yeah, guys, so that's it right there, guys. So, if you guys go ahead and if you guys go ahead and enjoy this video, make sure you guys smash that like button, show some support on this video, and I'll be knocking out more videos. And I'm sorry guys that I didn't post for a whole week, a couple days, it's been a while, and I miss all you guys, and I'm glad to be back on once again. And until then guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, have a wonderful day, the rest of your day. And until next time guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And comment, turn the notification bell. And go follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at bentran reactions. And until next time guys, peace out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's go. Woo!